Good afternoon, good lunchtime, or good morning, or good evening, or good middle of the night, wherever you are. We're in London, thus the umbrella, and it is now 4 o'clock, and we're very happy to be announcing the notables, runners-up and winner of the Consumer Products category for the Core77 Awards 2012. So, first of all, some intros. I'm Nicolas Roope, and I am from Hulga and Poke, and I'm going to hand on in this direction for everybody to introduce themselves who are on this year's jury.
Hello, I'm Sofia from Design in Stockholm.
Hello, I'm Sebastien Noel. I am from Troika in London.
I am Daniel Charny. I'm a curator and director of a creative projects consultancy called From Now On, and teach at the Royal College of Art alongside some of these people as well.
Great. So the categories, as all categories are, broken into student and professional, and we're going to read through the student entries first. But before we do that, Daniel's going to say a couple of words about the criteria we used when looking at the work, actually across the whole category. So Daniel's just going to set that before we read the announcements.
Well, we found the entries really exciting, and a lot of people have put in thinking and creative ideas into really thought-out proposals. And so, in order to find the things that stood out, we were looking primarily for some ideas and projects that broke away from the expected or the standard or new typologies. We also looked for user involvement, projects that thought about how they become part of someone's life or change the way people do things. We also talked quite a lot about how things get to market, the route, and we looked for new ideas in that area as well. And I think at the end of each entry, the discussion kind of came around to, so what impact would it have in real life? And what is the reality of this idea, and how could it reach as many people or impact in a significant way? So these were the things we were looking for, and kind of to sum them all up, I guess it's things that created a process, were part of some change, not just a product.
Right. So I'm going to read the announcements for the student entries first. And yeah, there were some really strong entries. So we ended up with actually 8 notables, 3 runners-up, and 1 winner, because we're only allowed 1 winner. So we battled to establish who the winner is, but we're all happy on both fronts. So I'm just going to read now. I'm going to jump in so you can be put at ease either way. So the first notable, and by the way, these are in no particular order, so there's no sort of, it's not there's no hierarchy, so every notable is equal, as are the runners-up. So the first notable is Pinch by Janelle Shah of DSK ISD International School of Design, India, who worked with Guillaume Zaslavsky. So Pinch is a simple hanger redesign. And by the way, in the descriptions, I'm going to leave it really short because actually the full descriptions of all the projects is available on the site. So I'm not going to spend time on the descriptions. So I'll just leave it short. But what we liked about this is Pinch did a great job at creating a really cost-effective, mass-producible product that could be very popular with the t-shirt aficionado. Because basically it was really designed for people who hang t-shirts in their wardrobes, something that a lot of people didn't do 20, 30 years ago, and it's a problem that's been looking for a solution. This was really, really sweet. The next notable is Takman by Woo Hyuk Jung of Hongik University in Seoul, Korea. Takman is the magnetic holder for tacks.
And we were shown by this very playful and well-considered gadget for collecting and storing pins and clips.
The next notable is Fla C by Jungjun Huang of Konkuk University Global Campus, who worked with Jae-young Lee of Jongjuk Park of Sejong University in Seoul, Korea. And this is, simply put, a new kind of flashlight.
And it's just considering how people use flashlights and breaking away from what we're used to seeing. It responded to a common problem of not seeing where you step at the time that you, it illuminates your path as well as what you're looking at. So clever piece of industrial design.
The next student notable is Lullaby Lullaby by Yuko Akamura of ENSCI Les Ateliers, who worked with Aki Watanuki from Glasgow in the UK. Oh, sorry. And Lullaby Lullaby, by the way, is a textile audio speaker for the next generation. So again, description doesn't do much. I'll check the site to see what that's really about.
But I guess what we enjoyed there was like the creating a new typology of speaker by using new technology like textile and playing on the like the electronic textile and things like that to create kind of a very immersive experience, which really defines a little bit what we intend by speakers.
Next notable, it's called Plug Here, and it's by Min Jae Kang of the Seoul National University of Science and Technology in Daejeon, Korea. And the goal of this project was to make an additional feature for a safety belt in a vehicle, to make a safety belt indicate itself. Light was added inside the buckle. So what we liked about this idea is that it had the confidence to remain really singular and simple. And it could afford to do this because the market was so vast. So back to Daniel's point about the criteria we were using, it was really thinking about the route to market, so that enabled it to remain really sort of focused. The next notable is Designed Obstacles by Jonathan Spurk, who worked with Kevin Schwenkweiler from Sewanee, Georgia in the USA. And Designed Obstacles is a piece of modular parkour training equipment.
It's a very good piece of active design, very playful, and the prototype was very impressive, as was the film.
Next, on the notables, I think we're coming to the end of the notables, not quite, is Armory by Jean Lin of California College of the Arts, San Francisco. And the opportunity is to increase the visibility of wheelchair users when they are traveling at night, which is a real issue.
Yeah, and in this case, we were really impressed by the research and a proper insight that comes out of working closely with users and inspired by them.
And finally, final notable is Pulse, and it's information simplification by John McTaggart of Cologne International School of Design and Christian Ferreira from ECAL, University of Art and Design, Lausanne. Pulse is an analog device capable of displaying information obtained online.
I guess what we like there is like the physical representation of something that is as intangible as data. We have like a lot of data surrounding us, and it's quite interesting to find like a little device like that that would like visualize and make it more physical.
So that was our notables. So congratulations, anybody that made the notables. So you were there because there was something really notable about your work. Surprise, surprise. That's what we call a notable. Now we're going to run up. We're going to talk about the runners-up, and we were actually asked to probably put forward 2 runners-up, and we couldn't agree on 2, so we're putting 3 forward. So they're all great. So you should be proud to be in amongst the runners-up group. So the first one up is a piece of work entitled Communicate, and that is by Jake Kyung Lee of the Academy of Art, University, San Francisco, California in the US. And the Communicate is a system that can facilitate communication between the deaf and hearing people. It's designed for the people who were born. It's designed for the people who are born deaf and didn't acquire language early, or that have lost it in early childhood. Communicate visual sound station and glasses are portable devices for indoor and outdoor use. It catches important sounds from the environment and alerts them visually. The mobile communicator is a handheld device that communicates with hearing people more efficiently and conveniently. So just to capture that, by the way, there are a number of different devices that are formed under the Communicate umbrella, and but they're all addressing the same user.
It was really packed with beautiful concepts. It wasn't just like one idea, and that all came together to tackle communication problems associated with hard hearing. It's an area that I've been interested in the past, and it's very much an approach that I appreciate, making it hearing and social responsibility, and establishing accessible technologies to provide meaningful connections, so that it enables people to use this technology as part and not to stand out. Very, very beautifully done.
The next runner-up is very different. This one is called Easy Drive, the Easy Drive electric screwdriver by Alistair Warren of the Amir Institute of Design for the Affluent Everyday Householders, Nelson, New Zealand. And the Easy Drive is an electric screwdriver for people unfamiliar with DIY and power tools, for people who just want to hang a painting, assemble a side table, or attach a coat hook. Easy Drive features the functional enhancement of an easy alignment tool for drilling and screwing straight, a simple directional toggle for understanding what Easy Drive will do, and depth markers for drilling. Ease of use is improved with focused lighting for better vision, a debris collector to reduce the mess, and the ability to stand while charging and with a screw bit in, to both save space and prevent scratching surfaces.
Easy Drive does a great job in opening a new market with a new typology and presentation. The tool observes how often power tools adopt a macho construction vernacular, something that which leaves the growing metrosexual underserved. Power tools could be fuss-free, simple, adapt a language more aligned with kitchen appliances than cement mixers. Easy Drive does this very naturally.
So well done to Easy Drive. And the final in the student category, or the student part of the category, is the nursing kit by Cheng Hung Lee and Yulin Chen of the National Cheng Kung University in Tainan City in Taiwan. The nursing kit is an easy-to-use first aid kit that offers a secondary lighting function. We observed that the concept of the first aid kit is not familiar to typical Taiwanese families. Therefore, we sought a form with which affinities could be easily found and that could be looked upon as an art piece within the home. Universal design principles informed the shape of this domestic first aid kit, which also provides a source of illumination. Furthermore, it was conceived as a decorative object for the home. Our aim was to take care of the physical and spiritual aspects of health. And what we liked about the nursing kit is that it presented a whole series of carefully considered product refinements, both to unify the package and in response to the specific use cases demanded by first aid kits. It was very satisfying to observe that a designer happy to be thoughtfully iterating rather than showboating, and the results spoke for themselves. So again, I'd really urge you to look at the site, because you know,
again, it's not just one idea; it's a lot of ideas done together.
Yeah, and they're responding to this sort of general issue around first aid kits, but not just doing that in a singular way. Actually, it's really it's really nicely
turning observations into product ideas.
Yeah. That's really, really nice. So that brings us on to our first winner this morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And actually, there was no trouble whatsoever for us to all connect on the winning story, because it was brilliant. Seb will say something about it in a minute. I think we'll all probably say something about it. But the winner, are you inserting drum roll at this moment? Just imagine the drum roll. The winner is the Musicon by Kamil Lazuk of the Academy of Fine Arts in Wrocław, Poland. And the Musicon, and again, yeah, and actually maybe.
Actually, it could be all kinds of sounds, really.
Just again, go and look at the site, because it's really, really inspiring and wonderful product. But Musicon, just to briefly describe, Musicon is a creative, interactive, music-making educational play device designed to promote development and exploration, both physical and artistic, for children of ages 2 to 8. Although I might extend that to 40, just so I can have a go, because I really want to play with it. Whether it's at home, in preschool, early elementary classroom, or a therapist session employing music.
And what it is basically, it's a big drum with like loads of pins you can choose to select to raise up or down, and it works like a big music box, is activating some element that is passes. We love many things about that. That is like kind of embodied in another analog way, kind of more digital way of thinking about music in terms of sequencing music and things like that. We can see that it's very, very playful, and there's a lot of lovely detail.
And it's not just playing music, it's composing.
Yeah, it's composing music, and you can detach and reattach different instruments, so you have like a variety of instruments that are like capable to be played. And you can also think about it in terms of participatory play, because you can imagine very, very easily like having like several kids playing around that and pushing all those.
Also, the prototype looks like something you could have a go at.
Yeah. So well done to Emil. And it's musical. We would love to see it like up and running one day.
Yeah, and also in in 30 years' time, maybe music will be slightly different because of the people that get drawn into music because of that one product that actually will democratize music to a certain extent by making it much more accessible at that very early age. So that in itself is so. Well done, students. Thank you for very high quality of work and giving us a very interesting afternoon going through all that work, and congratulations to our winners and our runners-up and our notables. So hopefully there'll be corks popping and I don't know what else happened as well. I can't explore everything, but corks popping at least around the world as we speak. Right, so the professional side of our category winners. Same again, we're going to run through the notables. And then finally announce the winner. And hopefully we're running okay on time. It looks like we're running a little bit over, so we will probably speed ahead a little bit. Anyway, so for our first notable, we have, and again in no particular order, we have MTN Approach Backcountry Accent Ski by Pillar Products Design, LLC, Bob Karaska, Tyler Swain, and Corey Smith for MTN Approach in Seattle. So the MTN Approach system is the first ever hinged backcountry ski that allows you to fold and store into the space of a conventional backcountry day pack. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Look at the site again and you'll see what that is.
And since I come from a country where they actually snow more than one day a year, we think this is a well-resolved packaging of a snowshoe innovation that neatly combines looks, practicality, and performance.
On to our next notable. We actually, one thing worth mentioning, we had a number of bottle designs, reusable bottle designs entered. So it almost became a category in its own right. But one surfaced, and I'm very, very happy to announce that was the Vapor's Element anti-bottle by the Vapor design team in Durango in Colorado in the US. And the Element is a foldable, reusable, freezable, washable, and highly durable alternative to disposable water bottles. The jury noted how bottles are very popular obsession with designers at the moment. Vapor had the edge on the other entrants because of their reading of the problems associated with reusable bottles, namely the volume taken up by empty bottles and how this is
actually when you don't use it.
Yeah. So that's a great opportunity with a reusable bottle, right? Take the volume out of the out of the bottle when it's unused. And Vapor resolved this really nicely by making it kind of flat and roll, so it'd take a much smaller space in your knapsack. The next notable is the T50 Elite staple gun by Masco Design, and that's the specific credits are to Michael Reedy and Manky Yu for Arrow Fastener, Chicago, Illinois. The T50 Elite is a professional quality manual staple gun for both pro and DIY users.
And I mean, staple guns are very well established in typology, and there wasn't a big shift in that, but in the sense of how accessible it becomes now with these new inventions and the lightweight. And it's greatly improved through the whole interface of the object. So a very good piece of access design, I guess, and I've always used them because they enable you to take a lot of decisions when you're making, and this is a tool that has needed attention for a long time.
Yeah. Never too late to innovate. So the next notable goes to Zoku Character Kit by Ken Zorovich, Jos Kumthampini, and John Earl for Zoku LLC in Hoboken in New Jersey. And this is designed to work with the Zoku Quick Pop Maker. The Zoku Character Kit lets users create unique character popsicles in minutes.
I think we were charmed by the playfulness of that little kit and the fact that you're making the character out of little fruit at the same time. So it's very funny. I can imagine doing that with my daughter.
Yeah. And the next notable goes to Sabi by Fuse Projects, and that's specific credits Yves Behar and Serge Bewley for Sabi, San Francisco. And Sabi is a new health and wellness company that introduces 9 fun and friendly products to aid in pill management for people of all ages.
I mean, there's kind of makes a shift for a product that's usually hidden and neglected into something that you are proud to use, and also very well thought out, and all the variety of behavior that you might carry through it with it, so it becomes part of your life and helps you keep well and take your medicine on time without having to hide your kit. I think we were very with the whole approach. We did feel, however, that it kind of missed the relationship with new technology and updating the whole course management aspect of medicine. And so this was a very notable contender, but that's probably the reason we didn't see it progressing to the winner category.
The next notable is Z Space by Whipsaw Inc. That's Dan Harden, Ariel Turgle, and Kyle Buzzard for Infinites, San Jose in California. And the Z Space is a remarkable new 3D visualization tool that enables designers, engineers, and filmmakers to build, manipulate, and view objects in 3D.
The jury agreed how ZenSpace and other technologies like it were about to alter 3D design forever by enabling people to design in true 3 dimensions. The design process would become less abstract and thus more accessible for the untrained.
And if you know Sofia's work, you'll know that she knows all about drawing in 3 dimensions. Maybe we could put a note up there on the site so that you can see how she did it. On to the next notable, we have the Paper Nomad sleeves by Christoph Rockner, who worked with Dr. Benjamin Quitek, Mario Bauer, and Dr. Peter Prada for Paper Nomad GmbH in Vienna, Austria. So Paper Nomads are device sleeves made from durable paperboard. And what the jury really liked about this is Paper Nomad brings together a material that creates much more resistant hard-wearing paper with a gesture that alters the usual designer versus user negotiation. So it invites customization, but not pre-purchase, but actually post-purchase. So it just invites you to kind of personalize it in a really beautiful way. The covers invite customization that allows you to make it their own. The material suggests a much more temporary purpose, which creates an interesting contrast with their actual long life. So you're walking around with something that feels like it's just an envelope, but actually it's really durable. So we thought there was just a really twist there, nice use of the material.
And also customization is a thing that's coming in. It's very strongly in mass customization, and they're looking at using this to create a post-production relationship rather than just preferences before.
Yeah, a nice contrast against the devices they hold themselves, which are very shiny and nice. So the final notable is for something that's again very different from the rest of the entries. It's Tigduino by Teague, and that's Adam Kumpf, Matt Wolf, Joshua Maruska, Tad Tulis, Roger Jackson, Ashley Newcomer, and Teague Industrial Design Team, Seattle. And the Tigduino is an open source hardware platform that makes building interactive things from experiments and games to classroom projects and prototypes easier.
And yes, we like very much the Arduino for that, because it again simplified after a series of a lot of different devices that we've seen appearing in the decade, like Arduino. This removed the last boundary remaining, which is soldering and things like that, making it all the more accessible to younger generation or people with less knowledge. And it's a fantastic enabler. I'm just looking forward to see what it does.
Yeah. We really liked it. Obviously, Arduino is making such an impact already, but it just extends that sort of democratization of physical products.
And the access to the knowledge online.
Yeah. So we are through to the runners up. If you've just tuned in, then we are halfway more. We're 3/4 of the way through the consumer products category of the Core77 Awards 2012, and we are about to announce the runners up of the professional aspect of the category. And the first runner-up, we are very pleased to announce, and there probably won't be many surprises to see it up at this level from a lot of you, is the Nest Learning Thermostat by Tony Fadell, Ben Filson, and Fred Bald of Bold Design and Nest Labs Inc. for Nest Labs Inc., Mountain View, California. And the Nest, I almost don't need to describe this because I'm sure you all know already, but I will anyway for the two of you who haven't. The Nest Learning Thermostat frees you from the hassle of programming a thermostat whilst providing the conservation benefits of a programming device. It learns about you and your home to develop a customized temperature schedule that will keep you comfortable while also conserving energy. It automatically shuts down when you're away and encourages energy conservation when you're at home. So the jury recognized how Nest exploits the sort of tip of the interaction iceberg design conundrum by hugely simplifying the physical interface to encourage use and enable the creation of a much more seductive looking object that would stay visible and accessible in the home rather than being hidden away. So, the reason why we put those thermostats in the cupboard is because they're ugly and they try and do everything and they need 10 buttons and the displays are full of figures and nobody knows how to use them, so we put them away and therefore we don't interact with them. So Nest solved that really beautifully. And they put the complexity of those interactions on the web, on devices, on iPads and smartphones, which made a whole lot of sense to push all the complexity there, and also to enable obviously one of the great things that comes with the mobility, which is out of home control, so that you could interact with the device when you're away from home, which just feels like it starts to move the whole thing on a massive step, and both in terms of the area at which it operates, but also more broadly in terms of the Internet of Things. It feels like a really tangible, real, exciting kind of move in the direction we think will gain momentum. So that was a very, very worthy winner, and certainly a stronger contender, strong contender for the winner. But we move on to our second runner-up, which, true to form, is very different again. But we thought it was brilliant for a number of reasons, and that runner-up tip of the hat goes to Cineskate's Tripod Dolly by Justin Jensen, who worked with Alison Jensen, Augie Salmon, Britt Clausen, Chris Anderson, or Chis Anderson, Carl McDonald, and Miguel Faustino, all from Austin, Texas. And the Cineskates turn your tripod into a versatile video dolly. The set of 3 precision wheel assemblies connect to the feet of the flexible GorillaPod Focus tripod to pull off sophisticated-looking camera moves with the nudge of a finger. Aptly put by Fast Company, Cineskates. Oh, sorry, that was a quote from Fast Company that last time. Cineskates are designed in 2 parts, and the connection between them, dubbed Kinetics Connect, enable rotation of the wheels. This rotation allows the user to define the dolly's path, which can result in perfect 360-degree rotations or linear tracking shots. Kinetics Connect also enables expandability. For example, CineSquid, our second product, snaps into the same clamp.
Well, this is, as designers, we all love big ideas and a lot of detail, and this is kind of the, it's someone that works with them, makes the most. There is is out there, puts it together, very progressive marketing, using the burgeoning Kickstarter phenomenon in a very nice way. The film itself carries the character, and it's just very lateral thinking, fast-forming imaging, acknowledging this direction of movie making, and it's something that you can see how someone solved their own problem personally and then translate it into a universal product, and really fresh, and everyone just immediately reacted to it, and I think it's the kind of approach that we need more of.
So yeah, I mean, I think just to add to that as well. I mean, you can see how technology focused so much on just the image quality, image stabilization, and we just really like the way that this again took this lateral step and said, well, actually, even if we solve all that stuff,
drum roll and move on.
Yeah. Okay, so we're all delighted, I think, it's true to say, that we're able to announce the winner today, which is, drum roll again, the Lytro Light Field Camera by New Deal Design LLC, and that's Gare Amit, Inbal Edgar, and Chad Harbour, who worked with Ren Ing, David Evans, and Bob Gruppo of Lytro for Lytro Inc. in San Francisco, California. So this is straight of Stanford's research labs. The Lytro Light Field Camera is the first consumer light field imaging camera. It's an icon for a new era, celebrating the most significant technology shift in photography in decades. Lytro captures dynamic vectors of light to create living images, images that contain the color, intensity, and direction of all light rays in a scene. The results are photos that can be focused infinitely after they are taken. Derived from the gesture of viewing a kaleidoscope, the extended lens form is supremely clean, shrinking what took an advanced imaging lab into the palm of your hand.
Well, I guess this really answered all the criteria we were interested in a way that what do you do with the new technology? How do you, what typology do you choose? And we felt that it really tried to capture the user's new approach to using it and trying to think how it would be part of their life. And yes, it's a camera, but it's a lens. Should it look like a camera? And they found a very interesting typology, a form that really communicates that this is both the same and different.
Yeah, and I think in the same way that the Nest understood that the products aren't just the physical bit of the product; they are connected in the truest sense of the word. And Lytro didn't just start with a standalone physical product. It was launched with a functioning community because they understood that the value of images is not just taking them and sharing them directly, but it's actually about trading and all the things we know from Instagram, for instance. You have a new format, and that only really comes to life when you can exchange and share.
It also taps into different uses of images today. Taking a photograph has changed, and I think we all felt that this echoes that change and how people might behave using those, sharing images, the same image in different ways, and the cloud means that maybe it will really catch on as a different thing. It will be also really tap into a new type of user, maybe. It's a new typology. It's creating a tool rather than just a product. It's a process. It's a community oriented. It has a very kind of high risk of change, but has a strong potential because of the combination of technology and how design understood it. So I think
it's a very, very worthy winner. Is there any other comments on the Lytro? So I think we've horribly run over. So I apologise if you've taken a lunch break or a breakfast break, and we've now just ruined your schedule for the day. But I think we don't have time for too many closing comments, other than to say thank you for inviting us. Thank you for.
Should we applaud the winner?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And so, just to thank Core77 for inviting us in the first place. Thank you very much. And thank you, Pope, for using their space here in London. and thank you for raining outside so we don't feel bad about not being out there. And
I think also the reason we took part is because Core77 is observing and actually acting on new progressive categories of design and gathering a really wide variety of practice, and I think that should be applauded.
yeah, one more applause.
Last one for the winner and
for
Core77. And for everyone that sent amazing stuff in.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Signing off.